This is going to be a short video about these little submergible sort of, well, they sometimes call them tea lights, but you know, they're sort of underwater decorative lights. And you screw the lid on and they light up, and it also seals them at the same time, and then you can drop them in a pool or a vase and they'll sink to the bottom of the water and illuminate. It is quite a nice effect and they last a good length of time. The reason it's a short video is because it's to replace the other video that didn't upload last night. It started uploading, went to bed, got up in the morning, it's not uploaded, it's just stuck in a pause mode, but not to worry, that can upload tonight. It was quite a long video. So here's the earliest version of that type of light, which basically has a circuit board with an LED, just with the legs splayed and put through, and there's a tiny little surface mount resistor down here, which is a value of, what is it? 330, 33 ohms, 33 and then 0 multiplier, so it's not going to have a 0 at the end of it. It is 33 ohms, and that connects onto these two CR2032 cells. The CR2032, meaning the CR just means standard lithium cell, 20 means 20 millimeters diameter, 32 means 3.2 millimeters thick. And there's two of them to give a combined voltage of about 6 volts when fresh, and it will gradually drop as they discharge. And when you sit the cells in, it makes contact with this back contact, which is also spaced into the plastic here, so that even when you put the cells in, they can't touch and short out against it. And when the circuit board is put in, the centre spring makes connection with the negative, and the positive then presses down on this outer connection, and because the spring keeps it away flat against the top, it doesn't make connection until you actually press it down when it's actually screwed in, and then it makes connection. Very simple. This one also has a little disc of white plastic. I think actually I prefer it without that disc of white plastic. I think it looks nicer with the circuit board visible, but that's presumably to make it look pretty. So I'll screw that one together, because the most interesting one here is this one. And it's crystally shaped, and it's got a warm white set of warm white LEDs, 3 of them. And what's interesting about this one is that it's clearly designed to be multifunction. When you open it up, it's got the same arrangement. It's got the outer ring for connecting to the positive terminals, although it's got 2 this time for a better connection. It's got the spring that connects against the negative and also keeps it pushed away against the lid. But it's also quite complex, and I took a picture of this earlier on, so you can actually see what it looks like. And what's interesting is that it's got a 20 ohm resistor for a start, 20 and a 0 multiplier, so it's just 20 ohms. And the outer ring, the one that connects to the positive, comes in up through these 2 plated through holes from the back of the circuit board. And the spring is connected to these 2 pads here, so that brings the negative up. And in this arrangement, the positive is just going straight to this resistor, and then the resistor is going to all these LEDs in parallel, and all the leg of the other leg of the LEDs is going to the negative, and that's just, you know, when you screw it down, they light up, and that's it. But it's obviously got more functionality available in the sense that it's got a little microcontroller position here, a control chip, and it's got the position for an infrared sensor. And I'm tempted almost to buy one of these now just to see what the quiescent current is, because you'd think that that would be a modest length amount of current. But the chip, this is what these little blobs, these chip and board things look like. And the chip would normally sit in this square pad here, and tiny little gold leads would go from these small pads next to it and onto it. And then the whole lot would just be covered in a resin, probably white resin in this case, just to match the sort of white circuit board. And I'm looking at these U2 and U1 positions, and they would suggest almost transistors, but why just 2? You'd have thought if they were going to go like red, green, blue or something like that, if it was going to be a colour changing thing, you'd have 3 transistors. I'm not really sure. Without actually getting one of the official ones, you know, with everything on it, I couldn't really say. But it's quite interesting that the one little circuit board has been designed to accommodate multiple functions. It's quite neat, and it's quite nice just with these LEDs on its own, albeit they aren't terribly well aligned, are they? This one's aligned, but these 2 are just way off. I'm guessing that if it's a pick and place system, that might have been because the circuit board could be awkward because it's round, although you'd think they'd do it as a panel and then snap them apart afterwards. Not sure. But it's quite neat. I quite like this. It's good visually. It's a nice colour, and very, very simple.